You are right, Justice Phalaphala, that the panel must receive information, but it must process the information so that it casts aside what is not evidence, and then it leaves for the impeachment committee only evidence. So firstly, we have the wrong standard leading to a jurisdictional error, and secondly, we have the wrong standard leading to the failure to discharge a function that is assigned to the committee. They relied on inadmissible evidence and media reports. They concluded that Mr. Hazim is probably a fictitious person. And a day later, after the report was published, Mr. Hazim surfaced with a very basic inquiry by Sky News. And they were not saying that this must be referred to the public protector. There is a dense critique of the report that shows simply how bad it was. And it is given in the President's answering affidavit at page 351, 352, and 353. I just want to make 3 observations from that, and they correlate with what Mr. Lamula was concerned about. They say, firstly, the panel sources, and you'll find this at paragraph 77, there were 2 statements from the police and their annexures. And then there was also a confidential report by the Namibian police pertaining to a Mr. Emanuela David. There were also audio clips of interviews with either suspects, one suspect, or suspects. But these were incomplete. Get a statement which is supposed to be 20 pages, but it is 11 pages. And the clips themselves were incomplete. So you get a portion, and you don't know what came before and what came after. And then you also get the sense that all of this came from a single source, Mr. Fraser. And you also get the sense that there was access to Namibian reports which are marked confidential, and you have no explanation whether these were stolen from the Namibian police or not, because the custodians of those reports were not before the court. And you have no sense when you get the statements what else was available in the context where those statements were pulled out of the Namibian police. So in these circumstances that the ANC said, let's put a bit of caution. Impeachment is serious business. If we are going to subject the head of state to this process, let us do, at the very least, 2 things. One, we need some comfort about the source, reliability, credibility of the information that we have in front of us. And 2, we also need to make sure that the panel has acted lawfully and constitutionally. Those are the fundamental justifications given in the answering affidavit. In summary, therefore, we say the ANC took the view that subjecting the president to a process of impeachment is a serious business. It is so because necessarily there is interference with the democratic choice of the voters. The voters have asked the man to run the country, but for weeks and perhaps months, he will now be cross-examined in an impeachment hearing. And at the outset, you must have jurisdiction to impeach. You cannot fix an alleged violation of the law by breaking the law yourself as Parliament. And therefore, a president should not be subjected to an impeachment on a whim, nor should an impeachment be used as a fishing expedition.